passed down through generations, these cherished family recipes carry the flavor of tradition, now reimagined with a modern twist. From classic comfort to contemporary creativity, it's heritage with a fresh new flavor here at Pope's Plates.
Good morning, friends. If it's morning where you are, good day, friends. Welcome or welcome back to Pope's Plates. Today we're going to be making two easy summer salads, and I'm actually going to be making some small portions because my thought is it is hot. It is June. It's the first day of summer today. And it is, I live in Middle Tennessee where it gets hot during the summer, but it's early and it's hot. So I thought these would be great to take to work, or if you just want to meet a friend for lunch in the park. So the first one is going to be, although we may kind of make these together, a watermelon feta salad. Easy, probably seen it all over. I have a couple of things I put in that a lot of people don't. This is the smallest watermelon I could find. It's not huge. I'm going to at least make this manageable off camera because I'm not quite sure how I'm going to tackle it. So I'll be back once I have the watermelon at least in a small enough section that I can cut it in a camera-worthy manner. Well, that was easier than I thought. I have this beautiful sort of picturesque, nice, smooth watermelon slice. And then I have this, how I started. So I'm going to begin with that piece. Because I'm making a small salad, I'm probably not going to use all of this. We're going to want to remove the rind, which is the dark green parts and the light green part. I'm just so bad at this. I don't do this often. So you'll have to excuse me. This is, while I consider us making instructional videos in cooking, this might not be that one as far as cutting a watermelon. So I'm going to cube these pieces that we have. Now, because watermelon is, shockingly watery, we are going to evaluate how much salt, how much dressing we put on ours. Got this in our way. So we definitely need more watermelon. Oh, it smells so good. Let's get a little bit more. And then I'm going to put the rest of this away. Oh, that's much better, easier. Again, I understand I'm probably doing this incorrectly, and those of you who know how to do it are possibly screaming at the TV, and again, I apologize. But we learn together. So if you have any amazing suggestions about how to do this safely, please let me know. I would love to hear it. So I have about this much watermelon in our big bowl. Now, even though this is a watermelon salad, I'm going to put a few other ingredients that you may or may not have seen other creators or someone in your family add to watermelon feta salad. I'm going to think of Chef Anne Burrell when I cut this. May she rest in peace. It was sad. I loved watching her. And watch my finger so I don't cut it. And she taught all of her cooks how to do that. I'm going to make some of course, I'm using this gigantic knife I use to cut the watermelon. Some very thin slices, and then I'm going to cut those in half of a white onion. I like onion. I like the sharpness of onion. If you do not, I probably have a tablespoon of onion slices that I am going to add to our watermelon feta salad. I'm going to cut a few more from the piece that we had originally. Because our next salad, I'm also going to put some onion in it. Really thin, I'm not doing it safely. Slices, not many. Again, I'm going to remove these. I'm just going to set this on the corner because our next salad is going to be what we make next, and hopefully that won't be in the way. Here is where I am probably going to deviate a little bit from any of the salads that you've seen. I'm going to add salt and pepper. That's not our.
Hi friends, this is Editing Jennifer here. I wanted to point out a couple of things. I know that we have a problem with our microphone. I'm not sure what's happening, but I'm going to work on that and see if I can get that fixed. I'm really sorry about the spikiness in the audio. And the second thing is that I put salt and pepper in this as I was making it. When I ate it later, it was very watery. Save salt and pepper for the end, right before you're going to eat it. Salt, pepper, and the dressing. That's going to help it not be so watery and kind of the salt water all sink to the bottom. It's still delicious. But those are some things I kind of noticed after. And again, I'm so sorry about the sound. I'm going to be working on it.
Deviation. I'm also, wow, there's a lot of salt. I wasn't looking. Our deviation is actually a little bit of washed arugula. I adore the peppery taste of arugula. I also think it's a really fun word to say. I don't want this to be a greens-based salad, so I want more watermelon than salad. I'm just going to tear it up, rustic looking. And my piece is kind of big. And then I'm going to crumble our feta over the top. Oh, that looks good. If you don't enjoy feta cheese, you can leave the cheese out. You can use goat cheese. It's going to have a much different flavor if you use goat cheese. Or as our British chefs and Indian, I'm thinking Manit Chauhan, call it goat's cheese, which I actually like better. And then I'm going to add a little bit of lemon zest. Remember, when we zest a lemon, we do not get the white part, the pith in, because it is bitter. And we don't want bitter. So I have about half a teaspoon. I'm just going to sprinkle that over the top because we're going to mix this. I'm going to make the dressing base and kind of explain how we're going to use the same base for two different dressings. The base for this dressing is incredibly simple. I'm going to put in, I'm not going to measure, not a whole lot because we're only dressing 2 salads. So maybe 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to add a little bit of lemon zest into this. You may also, and I probably will do this at the end, although I may leave lemon out to squeeze over the salad. I'm not sure. I'm going to add a little bit of the lemon zest into there. The same amount that we put in the last one, I'm guessing. A pinch of salt. This is pepper. A pinch of pepper and a pinch of salt. Now, the person, one of the people that this salad I'm going to share with isn't a big, huge fan of garlic. I would add some garlic into this, but you certainly don't have to. It is very simple. This is what we're putting on the watermelon salad. And then we're going to add a couple of things when we put it in the spinach salad. So I'm going to give this a little shake, let the lemon flavor sort of absorb. And I'm going to set this aside with our salad. And we're going to get ready to make our spinach salad. Now, you may remember that in our last salad, I said that it was not necessarily going to be greens based, and it wasn't. It was watermelon based. Our spinach strawberry salad is going to be greens based. I have washed our spinach thoroughly, and I'm going to tear it a little bit actually. There are people who don't love the stems. Get this out of the way. I don't mind them, but tearing it is going to give us a little bit more spinach without taking up so much room in our bowl. And if you're going to a party, 4th of July party, some sort of holiday party, or just having this as a meal, of course, double, triple, quadruple this recipe. It's more of a conglomeration of things. I have washed my strawberries. These are beautiful, large strawberries. I'm going to cut the strawberry top off. Put that in the sink. You may have noticed that we used to put a wooden board over the sink because we didn't think it looked great. It doesn't look great. But we've needed the sink a couple of times and thought, you know what? People know that kitchens have sinks. So we're just going to more often than not worry about that. Just because, we're home cooks. Most of you, I'm guessing, are home cooks. If you're watching us and if you're a professional cook. Maybe leave some comments about what we can do to better our knife skills and stuff. That would be great. So I'm only going to use 3 large strawberries because, again, I am just making this for one. Let's toss these in. Charlie, do you like strawberries? Let's see. I think he thinks, oh, yes, he loves them. I had a dog who passed away in 2023. Her name was Violet, and she was so good, beautiful, smart, Aussie. And I had a container garden, and I planted some strawberries, and I had tomatoes and all kinds of other things. And she came in from outside one day and hit the mic, just red all down her fur. And I thought she was bleeding and kind of came up to her, and of course she smelled like strawberries. She had eaten all of the strawberries off my container garden. Wasn't a little bit sorry. So we didn't have a container garden after that. I'm going to add the onion that we sliced earlier. I don't think I'm going to add all of it. That looks like a lot of onion. And then I'm going to add a little bit of goat cheese. I'm going to crumble it up. If you haven't had goat cheese, I adore it. It definitely has a bit of a bite. Not a spicy bite, but a tangy, really sort of delicious, but it's a bite. It's definitely different than feta. In between the bite of feta and blue cheese. One of the other things I put in my salad, my strawberry spinach salad is blueberries. These are washed. A lot of people don't. I don't put many. It's more for the color and the, I don't know, the pop, the texture, which is really fun. And now I'm going to take our zester and zest a little bit more of our lemon. Remember, we are making sure that we are going back to the places that still have yellow. I'm going to put that in. Okay, I'm going to get this cleaned up a little bit, and then we're going to address our dressing. So I'll be back in a moment. We have our two beautiful salads here, our watermelon feta with a little arugula, our spinach, strawberry, and goat cheese with a little blueberry, an onion in both. If you prefer or would like, you can add pecans or almond. You can add anything you want. Now that we have finished with our zesting our lemon, I'm going to squeeze just a little bit of lemon juice into our dressing. I did it with my hands to catch any seeds, and there were not any. I'm going to give this a really good shake. And I am going to use about half of this to dress our watermelon salad. That's about half. Now, I forgot. I did not salt and pepper our spinach salad. So I'm going to add that really quickly. Okay. Now for our spinach salad, don't come for me. If you don't want to do this, you absolutely do not have to. You don't have to dress it. You can do whatever you want. I'm going to put just a dollop of garlic paste and balsamic vinegar. This is a good balsamic vinegar, and I really like how it adds depth of flavor. I'm not putting much because this is not a big salad. So I'm going to put the top on this, shake it up. Now, if you want to add croutons to your salad, or really you can do anything. I personally don't like that, but that's completely up to you. So, oh, that smells so good. So now I'm going to dress our spinach salad with our balsamic vinaigrette. There you go. This is really easy, beautiful, bright salads that you can take individually. This one I'm going to take to lunch when I work on Monday. And this one we might eat tonight. So if you have a great summer salad recipe, please let us know. I encourage you to stay cool because it is very hot, and to enjoy cool food and embrace summer with fruits and bright flavors. And until we see you next time, let's keep cooking.